Hi friends, Dr. Ryan here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Dear friends, if at all you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends. Today, dear friends, I want to discuss with you in an interactive way what do you mean by social intelligence and why social intelligence is important? Dear friends, remember for every human being, we should know what social intelligence is because this helps us to behave in a proper way in a society, not only behaving, but it helps us to deal better way, to gel with people in a better way. So if you go to my YouTube channel, in my previous videos, you can see social awareness, self-awareness, emotional intelligence. All these videos speaks on the important parts, like for example why emotions are important, why you need to be assertive about yourself. So dear friends, continuation of that, today I would like to discuss with you the need and importance of social intelligence in a very simple terms. Now, the definition goes like this, or maybe the meaning goes like this. Social intelligence refer to a person's ability to understand and manage interpersonal relationship. It is distinct from a person's IQ or a book smarts. It includes an individual's ability to understand and act on the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors of other people. This type of intelligence can take place in the moment of face-to-face conversation, but also appears during times of deliberate thinking. It involves emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Dear friends, as I told you already in my previous videos, I have prepared videos on self-awareness and emotional intelligence. But here what we need to understand is that, see, it includes the individual's ability. It means if I take my ability to understand the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors of others people so that I can work better in society, I can perform better in my organization. I can understand people in a better way. Maybe I can understand their emotions in a better way. I can understand their problems in better way. If I have to develop all these things, I need to know the concept of social intelligence. And dear friends, I will be also explaining you how you can develop your social intelligence. But here you need to really understand that when we say these points, for example, I'll repeat it once again. It includes an individual's ability to understand. It can be understanding anything, understanding the situation, how you understand other person, or do you really take a time to understand people, or wherever you go you feel that your words only should be valued, whatever you communicate only that should be valued, or whatever you say it is right. If this means, yeah, there is problem in your social intelligence. And see, again, act on the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. Dear friends, the important thing is that it is your feelings, your thoughts, and your behavior. At the same time, in a gathering, in the community, in the society, when there are a group of people, maybe you're doing a presentation, maybe you're interacting with a group of people, how actually you behave, how actually you relate yourself, how actually you present your thoughts, how much space you give to other people to interact and talk, and how much space or how much time you take to interact. So everything, it vice versa. So everything, that is why in order to understand these things, you should know the importance of social intelligence. Or maybe, dear friends, this video will definitely help you to understand social intelligence in a very simplest manner. And maybe this video will also help you to assess and evaluate your social intelligence. And dear friends, my request is that if you feel that somewhere on some area, yes, your intelligence is less, your social intelligence is less, I request you to develop that. So this will help you to deal better in your society. So here, let me give some examples of social intelligence. Knowing when to talk or listen, what to say, and what to do. Timing is a big part of social intelligence. For example, someone who is imperceptive may tell a funny joke, but at the wrong time, or not show enough interest when meeting someone new. Dear friends, let me give a little example here, and I request you also to understand how you deal in this situation. Now, for example, it is very clearly mentioned here, knowing when to talk. Now, dear friends, imagine when the group of people are there. When actually you talk, do you really know when I should present my ideas? Do you really know the importance of pause? Or do you really know when I should talk? Or do you really know when I should not talk? Or maybe why I should give space to other? or why I should give time to others, or maybe when others are talking, am I listening, or I'm only interrupting or creating problem, or I am the block when they speak, something like this. So again, very important that if I need to learn that, I should give time, and I should also know what time I should speak. For example, imagine it's a group discussion. Maybe you may be a corporate employee, you may be a teacher, you may be a counselor, you may be a student, or you may be anything. You may be dealing in the private sector or anything, dear friends. The important thing is that when to talk and when to listen, when to present my ideas and when to listen to other ideas. And second important thing is that what to say and what not to say, both are important. Now for example, sometimes what people do is they don't know, they simply go on saying and saying and saying. They don't know whether other person is listening or not, whether other person is interested or not. Similarly, dear friend, you might be knowing, when we attend big gatherings and all, sometimes we listen to speeches, we listen to talks and all, but many a time the person who is giving talk, giving speech, he doesn't know whether my audience are listening or not, whether my audience need this or not. Similarly, well, it may be a face-to-face conversation sometime, it may be a group, it may be a small gathering. I need to know like what I should speak, how much I should speak, and what where I should not cross my limit. Dear friends, many a time, in a big programs, when they call you as a chief guest or anything, they give you a timing. You should speak only for 6 minutes. You should speak only for 5 minutes. You should speak only for 10 minutes. We should know that always I should not cross the timeline. I should not cross. Second important thing is that what to say and what to do. Now, what I'm supposed to say, do I know what I'm supposed to say, or I speak, I communicate, I interact, I scold, then I realize my mistake. If I do this constantly, it is very clear indicator that my social intelligence is very low. The level of intelligence what I have, the social intelligence what I have, it is very low, where I need to work on. And what to do in the sense, dear friend, this can be described in many ways. For example, when you go to a situation, when you are in a situation, how you need to behave, what you need to do, what should be your etiquettes, personal etiquettes or behavior etiquettes, everything. That is why, dear friends, all these things again combining, we can also say that timing is a big part of social intelligence. Timing in the sense, again I repeat once again, how much to speak, how much not to speak, where I need to put a pause, or maybe is this a right time for me to speak. Dear friends, this is called as you assess the situation, you assess the environment, you assess the place, everything. Based on that, if I learn how to speak, dear friends, as my presentation goes on, as the slide goes on, you will definitely understand why person should develop social intelligence. And dear friends, again there is a one simple example I have given. Funny joke but at the wrong time. Maybe I should know how to crack jokes, one thing that is very important, because many of people, what we do, we listen to others and we come and we say the same joke, but we don't know how to say it, then people don't laugh, that's a different thing. But what time I should use, in the sense, what time I should use in the sense, the time plays very important here. Now for example, the duration, maybe the things I should present, maybe all these things play a very important role. That is why what to say, what to do, and the timings, which play a very important role in social intelligence. Continuation of this. Again, social intelligence helps individuals build relationships and is important to numerous aspects of a person's life. It allows an individual to form friendship and alliances, and it assists a person again being taken advantages of. Dear friends, maybe you might be knowing, sometime when I talk to people, when I interact with people, they don't understand whether other person is taking my advantage or simply I am helping other person. They don't understand. So dear friends, social intelligence is something which will help you to assess, which will help you to analyze, which will help you to evaluate and come to a proper terms or come to a proper goal, where how you need to develop, how you know develop your social intelligence, or how you are in society. See dear friends, you might be knowing many time, when people do mistakes, or when people speak against us, or people wrongly evaluate us, we misinterpret them. But what I need to understand here is that, what I need to think here is that, how I am understanding them, or how I am evaluating them, or how I am relating to them. All these things plays a very important role. That is why social intelligence, dear friends, social intelligence is a subject, is a matter to understand about me, about my society, the people in the society, how people play their games in the society, and how people act and react in the society, and how I need to act and react. For all these things, dear friends, social intelligence is very important. Now, on a group level, social intelligence is what allows us to function as humans. We are social beings and rely on each other's cooperation. By understanding ourselves and other people, we can find ways to collaborate for mutual benefit. Dear friends, the words are very clear. We can find ways to collaborate for mutual benefit. But how? How I can understand others, that is very important. How I evaluate others, that is also very important. That is why it is very clearly mentioned here. See, social intelligence is what allows us to function as humans. Functions as humans, more than that, we are social beings and rely on each other's cooperation. Yes, dear friends, we need each other because we are what? We are human beings. We are human beings. We are not materials. We are not mobiles, or we are not materials. We are human beings. That is why, dear friends, when social intelligence comes, first people speak about that. We all depend on social media. Our social intelligence is only in social media. We act, we react, we comment, we like, we share, we put our comments, and we do many things. But when I come to society, I don't know how to interact with people. I don't know how to make friends. I don't know how to collaborate. I don't know how to interact, or I don't know. There are many things. This I list will continue then. So, dear friends, the major important thing or basic thing what I need to do is that, see, this cooperation has to be developed. The mutual benefit has to be developed. How one can do? Yeah, only with how I can do is, first I need to assess myself in which area I am lacking. When social intelligence comes, in which area I am lacking, and what are the areas I should develop, what are the areas I should develop. Then it's easy for me to develop that skills, develop the techniques, and perform myself better in society. See, strong leaders often possess social intelligence in abundance. In order to motivate people, leaders must form relationship and inspire others to want to do what needs to be done. So, dear friends, it is very clear, the sentences are very clear. Now, dear friends, let us see how the personalities, when it comes to what can be the best examples of social intelligence. You know her very well, host of a talk show. The single most important lesson I learned in 25 years of talking every single day to people was that there is a common denominator in our human experience. The common denominator I found in every single interview is, we want to be validated, we want to be understood. Very clear, very clearly she said. And Abraham Lincoln very clearly said that, when I get ready to talk to people, I spend two-thirds of the time thinking what they want to hear, and one-third thinking about what I want to say. Dear friends, if I go to the previous slide here, the time plays a very important role. The time can be evaluated in two ways. One is the time what you speak, and the time what you take, or what you take, the time what you take for yourself when it comes to that, when you have to speak with people. Now, Abraham Lincoln has very clearly said that time what I take when I have to speak to people, when I have to interact to people. Maybe, dear friends, sometime you may go as a resource person, sometime you may go as a chief guest, some may have to address big gathering, some may have to address small gathering, or sometime you may have to discuss an important issue. When these things come, it is very clear here. I spend two-thirds of the time thinking what they want to hear, and one-third thinking about what I want to say. Now, all these things, dear friends, it very clearly says that how I value my social intelligence. Now, how to develop social intelligence, or what ways I can develop my social intelligence? The first and foremost, or very important thing, pay close attention to what is and what is around you. what is and who is around you. Both play a very important role. For example, what's happening in and around you, how person is behaving, how person talks, how person interacts, and more than that, how actually you value the environment, the people. Next, work on increasing your emotional intelligence. Dear friends, I will not speak much about here, but I request you to watch my video on emotional intelligence because, dear friends, let me repeat it once again. Emotions play a very important role in your life, and more than that, you should know how to express your emotion. And if you feel that expressing emotions is very difficult, or if you feel that understanding your own emotions is very difficult, then dear friends, you need to consult a mental health professional who can explain you in a better way. If you are finding it very difficult to express your emotion, it will also create an impact on your social intelligence. That is why both are interrelated, both are connected. So again, important thing is that respect the cultural differences. The cultural differences can be anything. For example, dear friend, the way I was born and brought up is different. The way you are born and brought up is different. And similar way, when people visit us from other countries, they are different. So we need to understand the cultural differences. Maybe the way I speak to you, the way I talk to you, the way I interact to you may be different because this is what I was and this is what I am. Similarly, I should understand that the person whom I am speaking, the person whom I am interacting, he is something because I don't know what is his upbringing. So I don't have any right to tell him suddenly that okay, this is wrong, this is right, this way. Maybe understanding the situation, understanding his cultural background, and maybe working on that may be really important. Or maybe sometime when the person is behaving in such a way, if I can understand why he is behaving, and if I can adopt to that, and if I can implement some behavior changes in my life, that will be really beautiful. And dear friends, very important thing and very important topic, practice active listening. We always we will speak, as we go on, we'll speak and we'll speak and we'll speak, but the problem is what, we become very poor listeners. Sometimes this listening is very important so that we can speak well, we can understand well, we can communicate well, and maybe this will also help us develop our personality. That is why, dear friend, practice active listening. Appreciate the important people in your life. Now, who are these important people in your life? Your spouse, your parents, your children, your co-workers, your colleagues, all these people are important people in your life. Now, dear friends, many a time when we do something, we need appreciation. And when people appreciate us, we really like and love. But what we fail to do is that we fail to return that. When my own colleague, my own spouse, or my children, not my own spouse, my spouse, my children, or my colleagues, my co-workers, when they do some great things or when they do some good things, I don't appreciate. So appreciating each others is one of the important skill which will also help to develop your social intelligence. Now, dear friends, if we see the total presentation of today, what I want to discuss with you is that I request you, I request you to assess your own social intelligence. Now, for example, how do you speak? How do you interact? How you behave? How you talk to people? Do you really allow other people to speak? Do you value other people's opinion? Do you value other people's time? Or do you know how to speak, how much to speak, where to put a pause? Or do you know how to really interact? Do you really know how to participate in a discussion? Or do you really know how to present your views? Or do you really prepare well before speaking to a group of people? All these things, dear friends, matters. If you really work on these things, you will be able to develop yourself, you will be able to develop your personality in a better way, and maybe this will help you to develop a strong social intelligence. Thank you, dear friends.